Hello everyone, welcome back once again for electrical and electronics measurement course. In this module we completed the various problems related to the measurement of power, energy and power factor and frequency, right? So in this session we are going to discuss about how to measure the power factor and how to measure the frequency with the help of various devices. So one by one we will study the power factor meter and frequency meters. So first we'll start with the measurement of power factor. So electrodynamometer type of single phase power factor meter which is used to measure the power factor of the given supply. Okay, so this is the device which the construction of the device looks like this. So it consists of a current coil which is in the form of two fixed coils. So we can clearly see there are two fixed coils which are separated with each other and they are connected in parallel fashion. In between these two fixed coils, a moving coil will be placed. Okay, so this fixed coil is nothing but a current coil and which is connected in series, and if you observe it carefully, both the fixed coils are connected in series with the what? The load, and further the load is connected back to what? The supply voltage. So the fixed coils, both the fixed coils are connected in series with the load, as we can see from the construction of the single phase power factor meter. Magnetic flux produced by the coil is proportional to the load current. So whatever the magnetic flux produces from these coils will be proportional to the flow of current through these uh, fixed coils. Okay, so that is the what is the flow of current through this coil is current I. So which is directly the whatever the flux created by these magnetic flux created by these field coils will be proportional to the flow of current. The two identical pressure coils. So there are two pressure coils which are mounted in cross section like this, the coil A and coil B. So both these two coils are called as what? Pressure coils, and which are pointed on the spindle with a moving system of the power factor. So this is are placed on a single spindle. On that, on top of that, a pointer will be attached like this. A non-inductive resistance R. So resistance R will be connected in series with pressure coil A, and whereas highly inductive choke coil L will be connected in series with coil B. Resistance R is connected in series with coil A, and whereas an highly inductive choke coil is connected in series with coil B. The values of R and L. So these are the variable resistance and variable inductance. Okay. So these values, the values of resistance R and L can be adjusted in such a way that both the coils will carry same amount of current. Is it clear? So with the help of this variable resistance and inductance, we are going to make it what? We are going to make the flow of current to be equal in both these coils with the help of this formula R is equal to omega L. So by varying these resistance and inductance value, we can make the current flowing through these two coils to be equal to each other. The current through coil A, whatever the current flowing through coil A, that is IA, is in phase with the applied voltage, and while the current flowing through the coil B, that is IB, will lags the voltage by an angle 90 degrees. Is it clear? So whatever the current flowing through coil B, it will be in phase with the supply voltage, whereas the current flowing through coil B will lag the supply voltage by an equal exactly 90 degrees. The connection of moving coils are made through the thin silver and or gold ornaments. So whatever the connections we are going to make for the moving coil, it will be made up of thin silver or golden uh, garments. Is it clear? So once again I will tell, it consists of a current coil which is separated into two fixed coils and placed parallel to each other, and these two fixed coils are connected in series with the load, and which is given back to the supply point, and it consists of a moving coil which consists of coil A and coil B. To the coil A, highly resistive non-inductive resistance is connected in series, and whereas in case of coil B, a highly inductive choke coil is connected in series with this coil B. So with the help of these variable resistance and inductance, so we are going to make the flow of current to be equal in each of these coils. With the help of these resistance and inductance, we are going to make the current IB and current IA to be equal to each other. But in case of current, the current IA, whatever the current IA is flowing through coil A, will it will be in phase with the supply voltage, whereas the current flowing through the coil B, that is IB, will lag the applied voltage by 90 degree. So this is the construction of single phase power factor meter. So now let us see the working principle behind the single phase power factor meter. Okay, so once again we are going to consider this construction diagram for the single phase power factor meter. When supply is given to the terminals of the power factor meter, two deflecting torques will be produced. One acting on coil A, another one is acting on the coil B. So whenever we give a supply to this power factor meter, what will happen? Two deflecting torque will be produced, one by this coil A and one by the coil A. The windings of these two coils are arranged that the torque acting on these two coils are in opposite direction. So the windings, whatever the windings provided for these two coils are arranged in such a way that whatever the torque produced by these two coils will be in opposite with each other or up in opposite direction. So due to this opposite torque produced by these two coils, they will interact to each other. Okay, so whenever there is an opposite force, they will try to interact with each other, right? So likewise, whenever the torque created by these two coils, they will try to interact with each other. So due to that, what will happen? The pointer which is mounted on these two coils will try to move either in left direction or in right direction. So depending upon the this interaction force, the pointer will try to move in either of the direction. The moving system deflects due to the difference in these two torques and will take the position where these two torques are equal. So they will try to deflect till when they will become equal to each other or when they become equal to each other. So during that time, what will happen? The pointer will stop at that particular value. So this indicates the power factor of that particular supply. Hope the working principle is clear of the single phase power factor meter. So if you are having any doubt, please ask. Thank you.